All right, here we have on the top right of Daybreak, the only Zerg player in Group C of the Up and Down matches this season. Used to be called Terius.
Bumblebee Prime.
There he is. Not looking too phased here. Spamming it up, going into this game. And down here on the bottom left of the map is his opponent.
EG JYP.
JYP.
Yep.
And, you want to hear a story, Wolf?
I do.
It's about Daybreak.
Tell me.
The story is, this morning, when day broke, I was awoken by a sort of a crushing sound.
Was it a bumblebee?
It was very, very loud. It was not a bumblebee, no.
Okay, go on.
And I was like, at first I thought it sounded like someone upstairs. This is in my like half asleep.
Oh, hold that thought. Look at this. This is so smart. People who do this make me so happy.
Yeah.
They hide the drone and then they block the, or they do the hatch so they cannot be blocked.
I
So
try
smart.
to do that when I can because it's so effective. Look, he checks. He's like, oh, there's no drone there.
Yeah.
Well, sweet. I'll go back up and look for the pool timing. Because that's what happens when they check there's no hatchery
so sick.
and no drone. They're like, oh, well, he must be making a pool. I'll check for the pool timing. And then he's like, wait a minute, there's no pool either?
Anyway, go on with your
you.
story. I want to hear about what happened when day broke at your apartment.
More than just the day broke is the end of the story because I heard this crunching sound. I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was coming from upstairs at first, but then when I woke up fully, I was like, wait, that was coming from outside. The building next to mine was being demolished.
Oh, okay, I thought you were going to say it collapsed or something. I was getting really scared.
No.
Oh, look at this.
Ooh.
This is spotted,
Oh,
but
never mind. He spotted it.
even so, this is so unique.
Well, does he has a forge up. I guess he could try and put cannons or something, but it's been spotted, so I don't think it's going to do anything.
No, I don't think so. But it could have been really interesting.
Anyway, they had a big like crane thing with like a big robotic claw at the end. It was just knocking things down.
That could be fun to watch.
It was actually. I got some video of it. I might put it on YouTube later or something, but it was just not the most pleasant way to wake up.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
well, I can
point being, on the Daybreak, watch out for that Automaton 2000. He might knock your house down.
I guess so. I can tell you the other story of Daybreak.
Tell us.
Which is that the win rate right now for Zerg on this map is actually lower than I thought. It's 45.7%. The wins in Korea, I believe, are 59 and 70 in total. So Zerg's about 10 games in a deficit right now on this map. So not
too
quite
significant.
50-50, but you know, it's just something to consider. JYP's pylon still remains alive at this point. He even made an extra one expecting his to die, so could have actually made use of that extra pylon, but he didn't. Cybernetic score going up, and the cannon with the probe here blocking everything will add up perfectly for him.
Nice.
He can stop position the probe. He's going to check for a third base right now. Will not find one. And he's able to see the gas as well with his pylon that he has.
Oh, that's cute. I like that. I'm actually a little surprised that Bumblebee didn't put the gas on the other side. Well, actually, he might have made that before, but
yeah, he probably could have just seen it anyways, but
oh, and this probe actually
he's
though
gonna
might
find this drone now.
Oh, he's gonna try and stop the third base from going up, even for a little bit. Luckily, the drone is a slacker. Nope. Certainly gonna chase him off, and a Stargate is going down here for JYP, and he actually. This is interesting. I mean, he doesn't have any units out right now, or anything at all. He's got one gateway, warp gates going, plus one weapons is going, one zealot on the map, going for that Stargate very quickly.
And the probe still remains alive, checking on the map. This is a lair is going down. This whole shenanigan, by the way, was a fake by Bumblebee.
Yeah, I was about to point that out.
He completely faked this out. He wanted JYP to think he was taking a third base, but JYP saw the gas, and I don't think he's falling for it. In fact, he makes a cannon now, a second cannon at his front. He's like, no, I see what you're doing here. It's very clear to him what's going on, and the Zealots are even going to go and double-check, most likely, if there's another hatchery.
Yeah, probably, and they're going to find that it's not there. The Void Ray is coming out right now of that Stargate.
And the pylon, there's a pylon on the way, and the probe that survived is going to make perhaps even another pylon. He's checking the third base one more time. He sees it's not there. He's actually double gassing at this point. Not entirely sure what that pylon in the middle of the map is looking for, considering he has no additional gateways on the way, just has the Void Ray.
I feel like this Void Ray is just going to be your standard Void Ray where he just sends it around the map, kills some Overlords, takes out the towers. I don't think it's going to persist too much, but just as I say that, he makes a Phoenix as well, so I could be wrong about that. Never mind. And did he spot that, or did he make... He's making a Hydralisk then, but I think he made it kind of blind.
Yeah, he wants to do an all-in here, I think. And certainly is going to get caught up there by that sentry there. Trying to run by losing a few units. He does have an Overlord to perhaps drop a Nidus, but I think he's just going to drop it. Well, he's making a Spire now, and I'm starting to get a little bit confused. He's making 5 Hydras, which will be good for defending against potential harassment with the Void Ray. Considering he only has 2 Queens right now with no Queens on the way. If he loses them, it'll be pretty bad, but...
That was interesting. The Void Ray just ran from the Queen.
Well, he doesn't know there's only 2 Queens, because that's kind of weird.
What the... See, he sees the Void Ray and cancels the Spire.
And now the Nidus network is going down, so he's trying to fake... Bumblebee is playing so many mind games.
This is really interesting.
It is going to be the Hydra Nidus like we expected, but the Phoenixes are going to come and spot this and kill a Queen. Oh, wow.
And also at the front, though... Well, never mind. The Zerglings have stopped. They're not going to attack after all, but he's going in. He's lifted up the Queens, but the Hydras come into play, and they're going to force it back.
There is only 1 Queen now. The Nidus is almost done. There's a Zealot, though, and if he spots the Nidus... Oh, these Zerglings made a mistake going forward here, I think.
Oh, the spot that he wanted in the back of the base has been spotted, but now he's just going to do it on low ground here. It has been spotted by JYP, but can he get there in time? Yes, he can. This Nidus will not finish.
Nope.
Boom.
This is actually so embarrassing by Bumblebee. Like, he's trying to be so cute and smart, but it's just not working. Like, everything he's trying is failing. Even this Nidus, if it gets up for some crazy reason...
Oh my gosh, he's going to shut down another Nidus before it can complete.
Even if he got that Nidus up, it's so far away, it wouldn't even be useful. It's like, too bad for Bumblebee, man. He's continuing Hydralisk production, too, with no transition in sight.
Wow.
The only Zerglings on the map have been spotted by a Zealot. He's going to lose them, which means no Nidus whatsoever anywhere near his base. 1 Hydra's going to come out and try to make things that work. The entire main base of JYP has been granted vision.
Yeah.
There's no way he can sneak it in. Absolutely not. So he's actually going to pop them out here. Oh, what do you do now, Bumblebee?
Well, it looks like... Of course, the game is not over yet, but if the game goes according to plan for JYP, if it goes the way it's been going so far, then we might have the right side of the schedule winning again here. But
these Zerglings are going to catch some units of JYP.
But yeah, JYP actually is in a little bit of trouble. Oh no, he gets caught though. Half of his Zerglings get caught outside, half move in. He's going to be able to harass some probes, but not do any significant damage.
It's just too late for this type of thing. He's attacking his own robotics for some reason. Okay.
And he might have wanted to wait, but here comes those Hydras now. The Nidus Worm is coming in. He's got a lot of Hydralisks here, but the first Colossus is about to pop out. He's probably going to lose the Gateway, maybe the Forge, and then the Colossus will come out and it'll turn right around.
Core is being remade already. Cannon and Stalker's doing some extra damage to the Hydras. Zerling's trying to run in. The Colossus doing so much. The Phoenix is picking up Hydras here. Yeah, things looking really bad for Bumblebee. The supply going into the favor of JYP. No Phoenix is even falling. And this game is over before it could really begin.
Wow. Bumblebee. GG's. And a couple disappointing games from Bumblebee thus far.
Such a weird thing to do on this map. And he was being so...
It had potential. I'm not going to say it was... I don't think it was, a horrible idea. I think it had a lot of potential, especially, if he had gotten JYP to do something different by showing the Spire or by thinking he had a third or something like that. If he'd fallen for any of those tricks, it could have been a different story, and if he hadn't spotted every single Nidus, it could have been different as well.
Whenever a Zerg does an all-in like this, it feels different than when a Terran or a Protoss does an all-in, because it feels like it's so hard to stop a Protoss or Terran all-in, even if you know it's coming. But when you have a Zerg all-in, it's like if you know it's coming, there's no way you can not stop it. Like, you're like, oh, okay, it's Nidus. That's it. That's all I need to know. Now I just stop every Nidus, and then what do? He's like trying to put a Nidus up. It's like not even close, but he's like, well, I guess I gotta try, and then JYP's like, no. He's like, I see that. He's like, none of that. Puts that Nidus in place. No, he tells him no,
hey,
man.
Put that Nidus back where you got it.
That's what he's saying, and, well, that's really how Zerg all-ins go. If you see them coming, you stop them so easily if you can prepare, and that's what happened here. He tried so many different ways to show it, fake.
And it's ironic to think that also, if he just attacked across the map, he would have had a better chance because he would have gotten there before the Colossus was out because he spent so much time Nidusing here, Nidusing there, trying to Nidus over there. Nidus is dying every which way. Then he moved across the map. The Colossus popped out even before he attacked.
Yeah.
Was perfect timing for JYP. I think he probably would have been okay even without that Colossus.
Yeah, very, very well would have been. He would have just made more cannons and would have been fine.
But at least, you know,
when the key is if the Nidus is spotted, the game basically is over. If you can spot the Nidus network and you can make sure no Nidus worms get up. If you spot the network, you should be able to stop the Nidus worms from coming up. If you don't, it's on you. You messed up. Like anyone should be able to stop that. And if you do stop that, then what does the Zerg do? He can't just take a third. He's already made so many Hydras. And there was a moment where the Phoenixes spotted the Nidus, and I don't know what to do at that point if I'm a Zerg. I stop. I don't try to make the Nidus work. I might maybe try to take a third, but can you do that either? Not really. You know, you don't have the drones to support the third base. You don't have tech going up. You don't have any Roach Warren. You don't have any Roaches at all. You can't just use the Hydras. So here's our current scores. SC and Maru going 0-1. Bumblebee now 0-2. Alicia 2-0. And the STC 2-0. And last but not least, JYP at 1-1. Our only player tied currently in his standing. Our next match is going to be Maru against SC. So our two top players there, who are both 0-1, are going to be battling it out. It's very important not to go 0-2 early on. To get that big of a deficit is just almost impossible to recover from. Your fate will no longer be in your hands. If you do that, you'll have to hope for other people to lose. So very, very stressful. And the map is going to be Crossfire, but it's TVT. So it can make the matchup actually quite interesting.
Wolf is always so happy when it's a mirror match on Crossfire, so that the map bias doesn't play into things.
Well, TVT on this map could be interesting because there's so many narrow choke points. Siege tanks can be so good, and mech is so good. So it has this very positional chess-like feel to it, and I really like that because. Yeah. I mean, with the way that these type of units perform on a map like this, it's just so strong that both players are kind of forced into it. And then when two players do this extremely strong style against each other, you can have awesome results. It's just oftentimes really close and amazing to watch.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting map for that kind of thing. It's you know, sometimes we talk about the mech versus bio and TVT and how oftentimes it feels like the mech play just has a distinct advantage over bio. The maps often play into which situations bio is okay. Sometimes the maps are structured such that bio can work if you use the mobility to your advantage and you do that kind of thing. But Crossfire, so good for mech. If you can mech wants things to funnel into choke points, and they're just all over the place. If you get the high ground with tanks, you can just wreak so much damage. So I'd be curious to see if either player tries to do some kind of bio play. The only thing that this doesn't have going for mech play is that usually on mech you want to try and get that third base and just turtle off 3 bases, and it's really hard to get that third on this map. So we'll see though. Yeah,
you can try to go bio on this map. People have done it before. It's really difficult to make it work once the game gets to about 100 to 120 supply. Things just get nasty. We'll see. Marine Tank is quite popular on this map as well, but it's so difficult. It's so easy to make mistakes with that composition. So we're going to be jumping into the game fairly soon. Yeah. SC is not in the lobby now. I'm not quite sure just yet the reason behind this, and we saw earlier he was, he didn't seem to be feeling very well, so that may be the reason. We may skip this game and go on to another game if that ends up being the case. I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen, but you guys are just going to have to be patient and wait. You could take this time to join hashtag GSL on IRC on QuakeNet. You could also go on Twitter and follow myself at ProxyWolf, follow Moletrap at Moletrap, and of course GOMTV. You can go to Facebook and go to Global GOMTV on Facebook. You can get your Moltrap SC2 on Facebook. You can find me at The Passing Shadow. It's my super old ID from a long time ago, but that's my Facebook URL, guys. Like, don't laugh at me.
It's all right. It's all right. We all have old IDs that we're not proud of. Well, I'm not saying maybe you are proud of that old ID, but
I'm okay with it.
We've all got our old IDs that we don't use anymore. I should say it that way.
Yeah.
Although, actually, some people have just had the same ID forever.
Yeah, some people have done that. The thing about The Passing Shadow is it's too long for most websites.
Really?
Yeah. My ID when I first started streaming on Team Liquid, I used Wolf. This is my name, and I just always use that. But my Team Liquid ID was The Passing Shadow, and I had to get it changed to Wolf because I was like, this is too confusing. This name's too long. It's kind of lame sounding for most people.
It's tough to have more than one ID, too, trying to be different IDs in different places.
Yeah, so I had to get that switched.
I had to change my ID on Team Liquid as well to make it less confusing.
Yeah.
But, anyway, looks like we're still waiting for SC to get into the game. We're going to try and get a status report for you on the holdup if there is one. Otherwise, it could just be that he's just getting his settings going, or he was in the lavatory, perhaps.
Yep.
Who knows?
Yeah, right now in the chat they're talking about StarTale and Cal. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Like
Cal?
They could be talking about Cal from StarCraft 1, but talking about Cal and StarTale and not really saying anything, just talking.
Well, I think wasn't Cal is the name of the StarCraft 1 Pro, but isn't also the name of a clan, a Brood War clan?
I'm not actually sure, but I think they're actually talking about a bunch of different stuff about like where Mario's from. I'm only reading half of the chat, and and now they're like making fun of me because I'm reading their chat.
Legend's like, Wolf, can you see the chat now? Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I see that, Legend. I see the chat.
We see it.
I'm just curious, does anyone, I know you guys hear me back there, like, what's going on with SC? I don't know what's going on. I see that there's someone in the booth with him right now, so I'm guessing that he may even have a settings problem. It may be completely unrelated to what we saw earlier, because the booths have to be swapped around, because even though we have 4 booths, we have so many players here, and then everyone has to be setting up for a different thing at a different time, so players kind of move around booths. Sometimes, depending on how the situation goes, they can stay in the booth for the majority of the time, but they may have to switch at some point, so settings get messed up. I don't know exactly what's happening, but it doesn't really matter, because we're going to get into the game soon, Moltrap, and the map is Crossfire, like I said, and the win rate, actually, on Crossfire for TVT is 50-50.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
50-50 for T1 and T2. And there's a overall 100% Terran win rate in TVT
100%.
for this map. It's really good for Terran and TVT.
Really
Absolutely,
good. Oh
man.
my gosh, that is so that's going to favor one of the 2 players in this match really heavily, I guess.
Actually, it favors both of them really heavily. It's not even fair for the observers. The observers will not win this match.
Well, I guess you have it. You heard it here first. It is a guarantee that one of our players is going to win.
Absolutely, man.
This next game.
Not a doubt in my mind.
Now, of course, it's going to be like a draw. The first time ever. We're like,
Well, if that happens, there's this really cool thing that can occur where we have a rematch. Now, if there's a rematch, it'll likely occur on the same map, and in which case...
And then someone will have to win again.
Well, there's Maru. He's got 2 cool little arm wrist things on his arms, so he doesn't have to have his wrist smacking against the table all the time when he's playing.
It's also cool, just so he can look like he's fashionable in the 80s. Even though he wasn't even alive in the 80s.
It looks like we got the Gom Wizard on the problem. He's fixing things up. I think he's going to be joining soon. What is his thing says? It says Actos?
I don't know. It's probably just a brand, I imagine.
It sounds like a Protoss name, though.
Do you know if Maru, does he go to school as well right now, or is he full-time
I
pro
heard
gamer?
that he's full-timing it. He quit school for now.
Wow,
so.
hardcore.
Yeah, very hardcore. That's what I heard.
Especially for someone so young. But we have had some really, really successful pro gamers that have broken into the scene at his age and have done extremely well. I mean, mostly Brood War pros that I can think of that have done that well at that young of an age. But Lenok, he's only a couple years older,
Yeah.
and he's won tons of money in StarCraft II. So very cool to see him really putting it all on the line. I hope he has a backup plan just in case, though. Keep that in mind. If you're going to be a pro gamer, always have a backup plan also. Have some other skills just in case, because it is tough to
I don't know what you're
actually
talking
make it.
about, Mole Trap, man. If you're going to be a pro gamer, you go all the way. You got to become a pro gamer and win lots of money. Not a backup plan. Backup plan is to train harder, man, so that you actually win no matter what. That's the backup plan.
All right. There you go. That's good strategy.
I'm like, backup plan is what, like an external hard drive in case you lose some of your data to back up your stuff?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Is that what you mean?
That's
like,
what I was talking about. have a backup plan. Use Time Machine.
all
Have
right.
a second account in case someone hacks the password on your main account.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
You can use an authenticator if you're really worried about your ladder points. But here is SC's finally in the game. It looks like everything is sorted out.
You know what, though?
What?
Even an authenticator won't protect you from tasteless. He'll steal your ladder points anyways.
He may, man. He very well may.
All right, we're going to get into the game. SC versus Maru. Right now, all is on the line for Code S for this season for these two players. Let's get started.